Sure.
Sure.
How come the village board starts with a pledge, but we don't?
They're required to.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the January 7th, 2014 meeting of the Village of New Paltz Planning Board. My name is Maurice Whiteman. I'm the chair of the board. Our other members present this evening are Rich Steffens, John Litton, Liz Harshaw, and Michael Zerler. Our secretary, Brogan O'Donnell, and we have a very brief agenda, or short, small. And it is one item, and we're going to be we're going to be approving the draft minutes from the December 17th.
Yes.
Okay, so this item is Mr. and Ms. Johnson. Karen, you're Johnson? Oh, she's gone. She left you, John. She's leaving you hanging out to dry. Okay, so this is our planning board PB 1307, and it is an alteration, revision site plan for Mr. and Ms. Johnson's property. Is it 46?
Yes.
Church Street, also called Church Street Commons. So the meeting this evening is to determine the completeness of the application. This application will not have to go to the county for review, and so all we have to do is figure out if the application is complete. And I know I have the application here somewhere. I'm sure I've got it here. So, John, why don't you tell us what you're going to do?
Okay. Basically, what I'm proposing is to convert a duplex into 4 separate 3-bedroom apartments. Currently, each of the units has 8 bedrooms in it, and what I propose to do is eliminate 2 of the bedrooms and use one of them for a living room and the other for a kitchen. The one for the kitchen already has a sink in it. They were built with this in mind. At the time, I was told that I could build 3 duplexes, and I wanted more than 3. But this is, so I built the 3 with the plan to come here and convert it into 4.
Okay.
So it's all set up. Basically, the scope of the work is closing up and opening between 2 of the units, installing some kitchen cabinets and a refrigerator and a stove. That's already set up electrically for that. Each of the apartments, I also installed 2 heating systems. I sprinkled the building. I wasn't required to sprinkle it in the current format, but knowing that I wanted to do this, code requires a sprinkler system.
And why didn't you do this in the first place?
Because I would have had to come before the planning board, and time was of the essence. You know, I bought the place, I had a loan on it, and you know, sometimes you could get held up a little bit, you know. By right, I was able to build this, so I thought that would be the best way for me to go.
Okay.
Just just to
Sorry, Liz.
be honest with you guys, at some point, I plan on coming back to you and adding another 2 duplexes and taking down the house on Church Street. But that's sometime in the future.
Which house on Church Street?
40,
This one up here?
what's 44 now. When I bought it, it was 6, but the assessor has changed the addresses on it. The neighbor, Katie Silberger, who lives right here, she would like, well, from what she tells me, she likes the idea, and she asked me if I would mind if she spoke with the assessor and try to keep the numbers the way they are now. So
I think
that
I
she-
saw something in the
so
minutes of
that-
the town planning board that she had asked them to
Yeah.
not change her address.
Yeah,
She said
yeah.
her phone, yeah.
My long-term plan, I think, would be a very nice plan for the street. Currently, going down Church Street, it's in the R3 zone, very high density, and there's several complexes such as this that come off of Church Street and go up into the back.
Right.
And
So what will the total number of units be after this change?
after
If this
this
goes to 4
change,
units,
there will be 8 units, 8 3-bedroom units. There will be a reduction of 4 bedrooms. The density between those 2 lots provides for 12 units. Where was I going with that? Well, to your question, there'll be
so this will bring you to 8.
This will bring me to 8.
John, do you have any questions? Liz?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. It's going to bring you to 8 what?
8 3-bedroom units.
So each of these buildings has 2 3-bedroom units in it?
Yes.
And then this one will be converted from...
Okay, because I...
2 8s to 3.
This here is a duplex.
And these are not duplexes?
They are. These are 3-bedroom duplexes.
Oh, and this is the one that has...
That has...
8 bedrooms?
Yes. If I can make it very clear by showing you that. This is the building that I'm looking to convert. Along with everything else I did, I put 2 sets of doors in.
Initially?
So the other units, the other 2 duplexes on the side consist of this. This is a 3-bedroom downstairs, and upstairs is basically identical.
Oh, I see. So it's like half of the one that you have.
Yes, yeah.
But this application is only for that one building?
Is only for this building. What I propose to do, right now, there's 3 bedrooms downstairs, and upstairs, there's 5 bedrooms. What I propose to do is eliminate this bedroom and this bedroom, making this a kitchen, and making this a living room, so it mirrors this.
Michael? Okay. So this now becomes a multifamily building, which is part of the reason you're in front of us, although we're just looking at this as a site plan change?
Well, the reason that I'm before you is, when I built this, the code allowed essentially 3 duplexes.
Right.
3, the code has since been changed. Either way, I would have had to come back here when the 4th or the 4th separate building comes into play.
But that's not on the same lot.
What's not on the same line?
Are we looking at one lot?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
this is one lot,
Right.
yeah. And on this
But
lot,
this is a separate lot.
yes, this is a separate lot.
And your confession a few minutes ago about coming back later was for this property, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd call it a confession,
I know, I'm teasing you.
but yes.
So,
What I would like to do in the future is take this house down, run this straight down.
and then put another building back.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
If you guys grant me this permission to do this, phase 2 will, when I come back, I will be asking to take this house down, giving up 4 bedrooms, and connecting these 2 and adding 1 onto here.
Okay.
When you did this, the law would only allow you to build 3 buildings. You couldn't have built a 4th.
Exactly. As a
Right.
matter of fact, the law wouldn't let me. Initially, when I came in with my plan to get a permit, I wanted to build 3 separate, I wanted to build a bank, 3 of these duplexes together. But the code, because the way the code was written, I wasn't allowed to have these 3 attached, but I could have 3 separate
Right.
buildings, each with 2 families.
Right. Okay, so back to my original point.
Yes,
By converting this into 4 dwelling units,
yes,
this now goes from a duplex to a multifamily, which is allowed
Yes.
by right
yes.
in this,
Yes.
but it comes with a whole list of conditions,
Okay,
which I suspect you may be aware of. They were referenced by our attorney. Off the top of my head, I don't know if this now meets all of those conditions. I think
You know,
that it does, but I don't know if this is relevant for tonight's
it's
meeting
not.
anyway.
It's-
Okay,
It's not.
That's what I-
Tonight, well, I'd like to, at some point soon, after John has finished giving us his,
yeah, that's fine.
we'll just vote to
Is it
see.
possible to get a list of those conditions that the lawyer provided to you?
Yeah, I'd be happy to give you a copy of what he sent to us.
Okay.
But that's not for tonight. So we had some confusion
Okay.
here with this, in part because I never got the email or advising me that there was an application. I just learned about this on Friday.
Okay.
That's when I called you. And so I didn't know these plans were in our boxes and so on. And I had assumed that no one else knew, but apparently everybody but Michael knew.
Right.
So anyhow, there was a lot of catch up, and we have a new secretary, and we were, end of the year, and it was just pretty nuts around here. So in the meantime, though, we're here to determine whether this application is complete enough to be able to schedule a public hearing so that we could proceed with the approval process. So, with that in mind, may I have a motion to,
Also move,
Yes.
schedule a public hearing?
may I have a motion to deem this application complete?
Yes. I'll move the
Mr.
application.
Stephens, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Again, my only concern, and I appreciate you bringing up your comments, so I don't want to put you in a compromised position. So I don't know if it affects this. At this point, I don't have any issue with the application as it stands, but I am a little concerned about the idea of, it would be nice to have a conversation about, in a little more detail perhaps with some drawings, not maybe this formal, about what your long-term plans are for this, because I think it's
Well,
relevant.
I pretty much...
You pretty much said it.
I said it.
Okay.
But, Mike, the fact of the matter is, if this board or the neighbors don't want me to do it, I won't do it. I would rather you guys
Oh, and I'm not,
talk and say, you know what, John? We don't think it's the best thing. Don't do it.
So we don't use that language.
Okay, well,
What
I-
we say is whether this complies with our code.
Okay.
And we have some planning issues with regard to the land and to the area that
Yeah.
we'll deal with, but
Yeah.
not tonight.
Okay, no.
That'll happen
but
during
yeah,
the public hearing.
Yeah,
when
well, that's why
the neighbors will be here.
I figured we'll come here, we'll take the first
Yeah.
step. As for the second step, you know, if it doesn't,
oh, and don't
Comply.
misinterpret, all I'm saying is, it's
yeah.
easier, I think it's more constructive for us and for the community if it's feasible to have plans, and to have plans that are as long reach, as far reaching as possible, and if you say, this is the first phase, and I'd like to do this in the short term, and this is the second phase, then as we review it, it gives us the opportunity, one,
absolutely.
to have a better idea of what's going on, two, the neighbors understand, and three, it can actually expedite the process for you, the applicant.
Sure,
So
sure.
that was my only
Yeah,
point.
yeah. But,
And it would be helpful at the public hearing for you to make a presentation
Yeah.
to us and to whoever's here
Yeah,
with
yeah.
whatever you want
I
to tell
was
us about
hoping
what
they
your
were going to
future
be
plan-
here tonight.
No, that doesn't happen tonight. Tonight is
Yeah.
not for public, it's not
Yeah.
for a discussion with anybody but
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So,
Anyway, just don't misunderstand.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
not a judgment, it's just,
Yeah, no,
I'm just trying to lay out,
I,
all right,
Yeah.
I'm not making,
no, I know.
not making a decision about this.
Yeah, but what I don't want to do, or what I don't want to happen, is this application be held up, jumping through hoops on something that may never happen.
John, that is
Yeah.
off the table. We're not,
Yeah. Okay.
anything that
Well,
you
that-
want to
I
do,
just, you know.
this is the
Yeah.
application that you made,
Yeah.
that's what we will decide on.
Okay,
It
wonderful.
would be helpful
Yeah.
and always appreciated
Yeah.
for you to tell us what your grand scheme
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe we can give you some alternatives or give you some constructive
Yeah.
suggestions that'll make it easier and better for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than
Yeah.
that, it's not relevant to
Yeah.
our decision.
Okay,
And
wonderful.
so for tonight, so there's a motion on the table to
Accept.
determine this as a complete application. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. John, did I hear it?
Yes.
Okay. Now we need a motion to schedule a public hearing for 2 weeks from tonight, which would be the 21st of January. May I have a motion to schedule a public hearing for this application for January 21st, 2014?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Litton, I didn't hear
Yes,
you.
aye. Sorry.
Okay, so motion carries, both motion carried. So we will see you on the 21st.
Okay.
Brogan will meet with you to give you the requirements for public hearings. You've probably done this before.
Okay.
And you'll be in tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll be in the building department tomorrow.
Okay, wonderful.
And so we have you have to put up some signs and
Sure, yeah.
notify
yeah.
the neighbors
Yeah.
and publish something. So that's it. So we'll see you in a
Okay,
couple of weeks.
wonderful.
Great, thank
And
you.
if you could, can I give you my email address so that
Yes, you can. It's not on
email
this
me
thing. Okay.
the attorney's
Please.
list? This way
Yes.
I can.
Email is
It's Kinder, Kinderk, 528@gmail.
Some kind of code. Okay.
I gave the code.
Okay, what's the password? I don't know.
I don't know.
For an email address, you can give the code. It's the password you can't.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
All righty,
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, the next, we're going to like final item for this evening is approval of the draft minutes for the December 17th, 2013. Remember 2013? Yeah.
Like it was a year ago.
I know. Brogan, may I ask you if the draft that you submitted to us contains the changes that I made? Okay, good. May I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I have one question.
That'll come
Mr.
in the
Chair.
discussion after we have.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. May I have a motion, please, to approve the draft minutes as submitted by...
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Is that you?
Yes.
Okay, Liz, thanks.
Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Zerly had some...
There was a comment about working with the applicant to amend the preliminary plat concerning the trail connection. I don't recall, is that the
That was
correct?
something that you spoke about. I don't remember the...
No, the only thing I'm questioning is it the preliminary plat that is the correct thing?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't know
think
what
it
it would be
was,
called, though.
because,
That may be what was said in the minutes, but, so we'll have to review that. Brogan, that section on the DVD may
Yeah.
reveal some different wording. I don't know if you
In the
have...
voice recording?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. There was no DVD.
Yeah, I looked
Right,
at
that
the
was
voice
it.
recording when I was
You
doing
looked at it?
I mean, I
Oh,
listened,
yes.
and then I was listening to what Michael was saying and typing it down, but I can...
no, and I'm not doubting that
Okay,
that's,
but...
I'm not sure if that's legally,
Well, it might not be, but what was said at the meeting is what has to go in the minutes.
fine, that's fine.
So
I'm good.
I would ask Brogan to check to make sure that that's what
Okay.
was said.
I'll double check.
And if it wasn't, then I can ask someone to amend the motion to include
Yeah,
that possible revision.
okay, thanks.
Who made the motion?
I
Who made the motion?
so will to include, we're listening to Michael's words.
Yes, thank you. Okay, all in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, there was only 3 of us there, those 2.
That's right, so you...
You can't even make the motion.
That's right, you should make it, okay. That's not
You were
right.
at that
You were here.
meeting.
You can't make the motion. Of the 3 members who were here,
You weren't here.
may I have a motion from one of you 3?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Michael. And the motion is?
Second.
Make the motion to approve the draft minutes with possible amendment to language preliminary plat if necessary.
Right. Okay, and Liz seconded?
Yeah.
We've already discussed this too much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There you go.
And we can note that, we can note that Mr. Steffens and Mr. Litton abstained. Yes. Okay, so I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh, Michael wants to stay. Okay, let's stay.
No, you misread my sign.
Would somebody please?
So moved.
Thank you, Rich. A second by Mr. Litton. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much, Dan. Good job as usual. You've really been here.